The marketing myth personal trainers need to stop believing. Let's cut to the chase. You are good at what you do. You've put in the work, gained the knowledge, and have the skills to help people reach their fitness goals. So, why is it so hard to confidently promote yourself and your services without feeling fake, sleazy, or weird? Hey, I'm Sensei Sarah, and I'm here with another incredible insights episode for every personal trainer who feels uncomfortable with self promotion. It's my experience that marketing and self promotion don't sit right with some trainers, and I include myself, my former self anyway, in that group, because we buy into the marketing myth that it's all about the conversation you're having with your prospective clients. But the truth is, you must sell yourself on your own skills and abilities before you can sell anyone else. And if this is missing, you will struggle in every aspect of your business. Now, I learned this a few years ago when I realized that I'd pretty much been lying to myself for the last 40 years. I was out walking the dog one day after another unproductive, stressful day in front of the computer. I'd never considered myself a salesperson, but I'd done everything I'd been told to do in terms of marketing my business, and I'd been just about surviving. Then the COVID-19 pandemic hit and just changed everything. My income suddenly vanished, and for the first time in my life, I was relying on government grants and loans to pay my bills. My physical and emotional health was beginning to suffer with the stress, and no matter what I tried, the marketing strategies that had worked before the pandemic, they just weren't working anymore, and it felt like my life was just crashing down all around me. But then the turning point came when I read a book called The Introvert Advantage by Jen Graneman. It was like a light bulb going off in my mind. I realized that what I'd been doing, what everybody else thought I should do my entire life. It's like I'd focused so much on doing it right that I didn't even know what I wanted. As I started to understand more about my own personality, the decisions, relationships, and circumstances in my life that I'd pretty much been blaming myself for or feeling bad about suddenly started to make sense. And I began to feel a lot more confident in who I really am. So everything before then in business had felt like a fight to make even the smallest amount of progress. And I'd achieved a lot, often against the odds. And I was just exhausted. So, for the first time ever, I think, I allowed myself to imagine what life would be like if I didn't have to fight so hard, or even, God forbid, have some fun. And that's when things started to change for me and my business. I began to put myself first, focusing on what I want, what I love, and what I do best. And I realized that it wasn't what I'd been doing for the last 30 years. I heard somebody say the other day that your biggest struggle is your truest calling. And for me, my biggest struggle has always been marketing. So I decided to just be me. Plain and simple, forget everyone else and what they're doing. I just started to share who I really am and how I do things with the world. I stopped caring about upsetting people in the process, and I finally felt like I was making a valuable difference in the world. Honestly, I can't tell you how freeing it was. Rather than feeling like promoting my services is a chore, or rather I'm trying to convince people to do something, I feel like I'm simply inviting them to join in the fun that I'm having so they can get similar results in their business. And when you finally find your true self, all your fears, anxieties, and doubts about marketing or business in general, really, honestly, they just melt away. And after working one to one with business owners from across the world for more than 500 hours now, I can categorically say that when you find your true self, everything in your business will start to improve too. So, how do you do that? How do you sell yourself on you? Well, firstly, take a look at the conversations that you're having with yourself. Do you say things like, I'm a fitness expert, not a salesperson, or I'm no good at selling? Do you wonder why clients would even pay you for what you know? Do you worry that if you put your prices up, you'll put clients off? If these are the kinds of things that you're telling yourself, it's time to take stock. Write a list of your skills, your experience, and the results you've helped your clients achieve. Remind yourself of the positive impact you've had on other people's lives, because proving your worth to yourself is critical if you want to feel authentic in your marketing efforts. Next, think about what makes you happy as a person first, then as a personal trainer. When you connect with your own sense of self, it becomes much easier to convey your passion to others. And then people are drawn to people who are genuinely passionate about what they do. And by tapping into your own passion, you'll be able to share your services with others in a way that feels really authentic. So lastly, it's important to understand that selling yourself doesn't have to feel like a sleazy sales pitch. Instead, think of it like I do, as an invitation to join you in your world. You're not trying to swindle anybody or convince them to do something they don't already want to do. You're just offering yourself as a guide through something that they find difficult to do by themselves. And changing your self narrative about sales and marketing is the biggest hurdle you can overcome if you want to succeed in business. Remember, you have the power to change lives through your work as a personal trainer. But in order to do that, you need to believe in yourself and the value you bring to others. And once you sell yourself on your own skills and abilities, you'll feel way more confident promoting yourself and your services through whatever medium you choose. You'll come across more natural and genuine. And that's the key to success in this industry. So, let go of the marketing myth and start having a conversation with yourself. Sell yourself on you first and see how easy it becomes to do everything in marketing that you thought was so tough. You've really got this. And by the way, if you're ready to break out of your marketing rut, I invite you to join our Kick-Ass Personal Trainers Facebook community, where you can get free training, tips, and strategies so you can transform your business and have some fun while you do it. I've put the link in the description of this video. In fact, it's in the corner of the video. I'm not going to point at it because I'll point at it wrong. But of course, most people watching this won't subscribe to our YouTube channel, but if you could, you'll be helping me more than you know. It will mean that I can continue to bring you more incredible insights and other valuable content. So thanks for watching. I'm Sensei Sarah, and I'll see you next time.